watched 2 films this week, and I couldn't decide which was my film of the week.
Okay.
But I think out of the 2 I enjoyed the most probably was Shutter Island this week.
I have seen it, but not for a long time.
Yeah. Well, it's quite an old film. I mean, if anyone is listening,
a bit like Dream or Vision in a way.
Yeah. And if anyone, as I say, is listening, if you haven't seen Shutter Island, I recommend pause the podcast, go watch it, come back to it.
Is there any spoilers in this?
Yes, we're going to have a spoiler alert here because, I really want to dig this film apart and talk about the message, the meaning.
Yeah.
And because obviously it's Scorsese, which straight away you just know it's going to be...
Scorsese.
It's what I like to call him, yeah. Scorsese, yeah. Or Scorsese.
Yeah.
Or Marty in some words. But, straight away you know it's going to be a world-class film, really.
DiCaprio, innit?
Great actor, really, isn't
he? He tends to do a lot of things with him, there.
Yeah, he does. He did do The Departed with him, didn't he? And
never seen it.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, something about bear or something.
To be honest with you, I am. I just know he did it.
Something to do with a bear.
Yeah, it's got like Mark Wahlberg in it and that.
That's it?
Yeah, The Departed, that's it.
I thought it was DiCaprio.
Yeah, he's in it as well.
Oh,
it's got more than one actor in it. It's got Elbis even. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so Shutter Island, I mean, I'm trying to sum this film up for you because as Elbis knows, summing up films not my strong point. Yeah. But basically, this film is about a bloke, a police officer at the first part, Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got.
Is it the one where he goes to like the nut house?
Yeah. And he's on the island and he's with his partner, who's played by Mark Ruffalo in the film. And they go and investigate this case.
Police partner.
Yeah, of a missing person in this mental institution. So they get there and stuff, and they go in. It's all a bit weird, There's just a few weird things.
Then they're like, "Oh, is he in the mental institution?" Or not?
Yeah. And then they're like thinking, "Oh, hang on, they're stitching us up here. They're trying to keep us in here." And then they sort of try and uncover what this mental institution are trying to do, and what they're doing to the patients.
Yeah.
And then it sort of all unravels and that, and a few more weird things start to happen. And then Leonardo DiCaprio, this is a spoiler.
Well, I was getting mixed up with Inception, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one where all the like road
that's Nolan, isn't it? Christopher Nolan who did that one, I think.
Dunno. But I get mixed up between the two.
Yeah, that's a confusing one as well. But with this one, Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Can't remember his character's name. I think that because he's got 2 names on it because obviously
call him Leonardo.
Yeah, I'll call him Leo for sure. In this film, at first you think, oh yeah, obviously he's a police officer and that, and then it unravels, and it turns out that he's actually the person in the mental institution. He's actually the patient.
Is that definite?
That's definite. He's the patient.
Right. I didn't know if it was ambiguous.
No. He's the patient in the end. And it turns out he's a patient because...
was he ever a copper?
No. And the reason why is that his partner, who's a copper, is his psychiatrist. Right?
Not a lot of point to it then, really, when you think about it.
No, but you haven't heard the full thing yet.
No,
I mean... So,
I've seen it, but years ago.
Basically, in the end, it's like his wife has killed...
Whose wife?
Leo's wife. Leo's wife's killed...
Has he got a wife in a mental institution?
No, she's he keeps having these visions.
Or a dream.
Or a dream, or a vision. Where he's seen his wife and that.
We're recording a podcast here.
There's no interruptions, monks.
Sorry.
No, I ain't got any money.
We're getting a takeaway, I ain't got no cash.
Oh, take my cash card.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Right, ta-ra.
Enjoy yourselves. Bye.
Alright, bye. Sorry about
that.
Monkey will play a role at some point.
Yeah, she will. Yeah,
future episodes.
Yeah, she will.
More to be revealed about that later. Anyway, what was you on about? Like Inception or something?
No, it was on about Shutter Island, one way film of the week. So Leo keeps having these visions about his wife and that, and his wife is like she's like stood there, and he's like, "Oh, I need to find this person in the institution who because he claims his wife died through a fire in their apartment building, and the person who started that fire is in the mental institution. He's actually in there." So he goes, and instead of looking for this missing person, he really focuses on finding this other guy, and basically he just wants to beat him up and kill him, basically, because he wants revenge on his wife. Basically. But in the end, it unravels that.
But does he make up this narrative in his head?
Yes. This is all a narrative, and they all play along to it because they all set up it's like an experiment. It's all an experiment because they want to try and bring him back to himself and try and bring him back to actually who he is.
Who's doing the experiment?
The people at the mental institution.
Doctors.
So Ben Kingsley, who was like the head of it.
Oh yeah.
He plays the guy who's like the head of it. He set up this like whole thing where
he's mental in that Sexy Beast. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen Sexy Beast. No.
Mental.
Is it? He's in he was in Iron Man, wasn't he?
King and I. No, that's not a ball bloke, isn't it?
Oh, I know what you mean.
It was there years before him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, he's alright, Ben Kingsley. I quite like him. I thought he was alright. But yeah, in this he's like
alright in Sexy Beast.
I've never seen Sexy Beast. Never heard of it, to be honest. What's Sexy Beast?
Might watch it later on. It's alright.
Could be film of the week next week. You never know.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll review Sexy Beast. Yeah.
Could be film of the week next week. Sexy Beast.
Good idea. Anyway, what was it about?
Yeah. Anyway, Ben Kingsley was like the head of this mental place
institution.
He's like, we've set this experiment up because we need you to come back to yourself because he's quite violent. He's been beating up other inmates.
How are they doing it though? They're like putting things in his brain and that.
They keep giving him this medication.
Oh, right. Okay,
and because he keeps having these headaches, so they keep giving him like paracetamol or whatever.
Probably like paracetamol.
Yeah, well, he takes it and he's like, oh, yeah, it's paracetamol. No, it's this other drug that's like making him think everything's all right and that. So anyway, as it goes on, it turns out his wife killed his
son.
He had 3 children. She killed them all. She drowned them.
Oh yeah, I think I remember it now.
Yeah, at the house.
Yeah.
But his wife was quite like depressed in that, apparently.
That would send you mental.
So she like killed them all, and then she went a bit mental. And then like he gets home and he finds them all. He gets them all out the lake and that, and she's like with him, and he's like, we can like feed them all and stuff. We can, like.
What, when they're dead?
Yeah.
No.
She's like going like mental and that, and she's like, oh yeah, we can like use them as toys and that, and like put them around the house and play with them still and that. And he's like, yeah. And then she's like, put me out of my misery. And then so he like shoots her, and he's in there because
I'd probably kill her as well.
And he's set up like this other alter ego. And he believes he's in because he can't live with and believe that his wife killed his 3 children like that. And at the end, he comes out of this other alter ego and he's finally himself. Can't remember the character's name, but Leo's finally himself anyway. Turns out that the partner is his psychiatrist, and this guy comes in and he's like, is he himself now? Because if he is, we can let him go. But obviously, if you let him go out of that institution, and he comes off the island and he goes back into civilization, what's he got? Nothing. He's literally got nothing. His wife's dead and his kids are dead. He's got no house. He's got no job because he's mental. So, what does he do?
It's a bit like tricks. It's a bit like what your life is all you see is what your brain interprets. So if you've got like a crap life and you try and make up like a better life and then just like sleep all the time and dream about this better life, would you have a better life than your real life? And would it be any different?
Well, it's like it's a bit like if I change my name tomorrow, right, and believe that I was like another person, believe that I did like other things, would that be better? Actually, I'm thinking about it. If I like came here and was like, I'm a dentist or something like that.
Well,
I'm a dentist, and then I was like talking to you. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm at the clinic tomorrow or whatever. Actually, I don't think that would be as good because everyone else knows you're not. Because in this film, he's a policeman. He thinks he's a policeman, but everyone goes along with it. Now, in real life...
Oh, I see what you mean, right.
Everyone in real life, if I came tomorrow and was like, I'm a dentist, everyone would be like, well, no, you're not. You're Harrison.
In the film, they're going along with it then?
You're Elbis. Even.
Yeah. So in the film, they're going along with it, all the staff?
Yeah, everyone's going along with it.
Oh, well.
That's what I said.
I didn't know. I thought it was all in his head.
No,
that's why I said it's
everyone's going along with it.
In a way.
Everyone's going along with it. It's like you're thinking it's like
making a film about the octopus coming out of the can, which we might still do.
Well, we've made
but it's the same sort of thing. But then in the film, that doesn't really happen. It's just me dreaming about it, and it's a pretty boring film.
But it isn't there because it's not in his head. It's actually happening. But they've all put an experiment up, and in the end, this is the clever bit, and this is what I thought. Brilliant. So at the end, this guy comes on. He's like, "Is he normal now? Can we send him back into civilization?" And he's like, yeah, he's come through and that, he's fine. And that's Ben Kingsley talking to...
Well, yeah, so obviously it's...
Right?
Yeah. It's Ben
but
Kingsley.
while they're talking,
Jesus.
Leo's on the step with Mark Ruffalo, who's his psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, Ben Kingsley, like, sort of looks at Mark Ruffalo as if to say, double check.
What's going on?
Mark Ruffalo goes, oh, yeah, what's going on? Leo goes, they'll never get us, don't worry, they're trying to like make me think I'm someone else because he don't want to believe he's the other person, so he's like, they're trying to make me think I'm someone else. Don't worry, Chuck, because he believes he's his police partner. Don't worry, Chuck, we've got him. So Mark Ruffalo's like, oh god, he's not, he don't believe it's himself, he's still thinking he's a policeman. So he says to Ben, he's like, gives the signal to Ben Kingsley, and Ben Kingsley's like, oh no, he still believes he's a policeman. So they're like, oh well, electric chair it is then. But as he's going to the electric chair, he says to Mark Ruffalo, he's like, tell you one thing about this island. It makes me think, it's something like, he says like, it makes me think, would I die, would I live as a villain or die a good man? And then Mark Ruffalo hears him say that and he's like, he realises, hang on a minute, that wasn't the police guy, the police Leo talking to him. That was normal Leo talking to him. So he's like, hang on a minute. And normal Leo just walks off to go get the electric chair. So the ending is, he's tricked everyone because they think that he's still mental, but really he isn't. He's woke up, but he doesn't have anything else to go back to. So he gets the electric chair because he's like pretended that he is the policeman again.
You've completely lost me. I feel a bit mental after listening to that. Good film though.
Oh, great film. Film of the week. In fact, I'm going to have a look what it got on Rotten Tomatoes because that's what I use on me.
I base all my...
Yeah, like if I'm going to go watch a film, I think...
Dirty Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, like we'll have a look at Dirty Rotten Tomatoes, whatever it's called.
What's it got?
What?
68%?
68%? I think it's Ash.